I'm gonna be back. Okay, I'm gonna go take a shit.
Hey, do you want me to pause the movie?
Oh no, man, it's cool. The movie sucks and all the sexy people have died.
Oh. Alright then.
What's happening, guys? Pragmatic Addict here with my good friend Jacob. So we have just watched Friday the 13th. And what I'm going to be doing this October is we're going to be looking back on a lot of the slasher movies. Ones that I'm not sure if I like, and ones that I don't remember if I like or not, ones that I just flat out hate. So we're going to be doing things like Nightmare on Elm Street, which we have already done. We're going to be looking at the Halloween original as well as the remake, getting hyped up for Halloween Kills, Sleepaway Camp, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Freddy vs. Jason, obviously, because we've done these two now. So there's going to be a lot coming and a lot more than that. So we're happy to see you guys here, and we're going to be talking about Friday the 13th. So Friday the 13th is one of the most iconic horror films. It's kind of like one of these slasher movies that defined and started the genre, along with Halloween back in the 70s. And right off the bat, with that intro there, I'm just going to tell you, I don't see the craze behind this movie. I mean, I think that, I almost want to say, like, I think it's just, like, the Jason mask that is, like, the most iconic part, but when you think about it, sorry, spoiler, I mean, this shouldn't even be a spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Friday the 13th at this point, go fuck yourself, man. I'm not saying that you need to see it, but, like, it's Friday the 13th. You've seen it, but one thing is, like, I feel like the big craze behind, like, Friday the 13th partially is the hockey mask. But when you think about it, it's like, Jason wasn't even in Friday the 13th. I mean, yes, it's got a big twist, I guess. I wouldn't call it a big twist. It's got a twist. That is pretty clever, but one thing about this film compared to other slasher films is that there's not really much tension.
No.
I mean, the acting as well as the character development, like, in comparison to other slasher films, it's not good.
It's like they took actors from pornos and thought they could be actors.
Yeah, pretty much. I get it. This is what started the whole, like, genre thing. Like, believe me, it's there. Like, if you're watching the Friday the 13th, it's like, these characters are sex-crazed, horny, dumb, shitty acting kids.
The best actor in that movie was Kevin Bacon. That says a lot.
I mean, is he really good in this movie though? Or is it just like wow, Kevin Bacon, that's a familiar face. But honestly, that's not even that big a deal. I mean, a lot of big name, we were just talking about this, but a lot of big name actors actually got their start in slasher films. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween, Paul Rudd in Halloween, what is that, I think 4? Jack Black and I Know What You Did Last Summer, Jennifer Aniston in fucking Leprechaun, and then obviously the whole I Know What You Did Last Summer crew. And then there's Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's, Patricia Arquette in Nightmare on Elm Street 4. It's fucking Johnny Depp in the original Elm Street. When someone was like, oh dude, Kevin Bacon, like, this is where he got to start. I'm like, well, I see why he went downhill. I mean, I'm not trying to shit on this movie, but, like, when you watch Nightmare on Elm Street, the thing that Wes Craven did so genius was the whole dream-themed horror.
Yeah, you couldn't tell if it was a dream or if it was actually happening.
Exactly. And that's what's beautiful about horror. For example, like movies that start these fears. Like, for example, Jaws. It was famous for, making people scared of the ocean. Nightmare on Elm Street was famous for getting people scared to go to bed. I mean, there's still times where it's like, if I'm sleep deprived and I'm not on my medication, if I watch Nightmare on Elm Street, I'm like, Season of the Witch! With Friday the 13th, it's a fun, campy horror film. Literally, it's campy. But, like, it's not really practical in that sense. It's not really a horror film that is very memorable. It has very iconic scenes, except for the twist. And, again, Jason's attire, which isn't even presented in the first Friday the 13th. So, I think that when you're putting it in comparison to other slasher films, like, for example, Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street, those started something. Those had a purpose, and they really are timeless the way that they're going with the horror fashion, where Friday the 13th is just, some dude who's famous for having the hockey mask, which, again, I've said it so many times now, but isn't even made present in the original Friday the 13th.
And I heard it only the mask doesn't even come in until the third movie.
I don't even remember. I don't like the Friday the 13th films. I don't fuck with them. But the thing with like Friday the 13th is why I think it like got like it became so iconic is that it was one of the first slasher movies. I mean, I don't know if I'd say one of the first, but it was like one of, again, the most iconic for its time. Obviously, like, you know, films like Halloween and Black Christmas came before that. But, you know, when you think about it, this is a movie that came before fucking, you know, Scream,
Nightmare
on Elm Street, yes.
Leprechaun.
Exactly. Well, Leprechaun is just... I don't know if I'll ever review Leprechaun. Jesus Christ.
It's a gross horror movie. It's kind of dumb.
Jennifer Aniston, though. Oh
my God. What a babe.
Another thing is that there is no real build-up to it. Like, Halloween, it was like, oh, this kid killed his fucking family. With Nightmare on Elm Street, it's like, yeah, we didn't really have much of a build-up either, but it's like, oh, okay, well, what's happening here? Is this a dream or not? What the fuck? Who is Freddy? And then you find out that he's like a child killer, and it's like... And I get it. You know, the whole backstory with Jason, you know, he was bullied and blah, 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 and his mom is trying to kill everybody, but it's like, there's enough going there, and it's got enough of a twist, but, like, the tension, the build-up, it's not there. And the acting, holy shit, dude.
It's a reverse Norman Bates situation with that movie.
Yes, it's not good. And if anybody goes, oh, Friday the 13th is one of the most iconic... Like... Dude, I'm sorry, but like, what's scary about this movie?
Something occurred to me. Wasn't Psycho the first original slasher film when you think about it?
I mean, there was also The Invisible Man in 1953, I believe it was.
I saw that one. It didn't look.
Or was that the 30s? I can't even remember, dude. But like, I'm not saying that if you like the movie, you're just insane. No, whatever. There are things about the movie that I like, and I understand that, you know, for 1980. I mean, again, this is a movie that came before The Shining, Nightmare on Elm Street. It was a horror movie, I'm sure, back in the day that really, you know, took people in a lot of suspenseful routes. And I'm not just saying for this time, but I'm just saying like for example, I have seen. Oh my god, man. I mean, challenge me, dude. I've seen horror movies. And, like, I even just watched Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street with this guy, and I was just like, dude, this movie's still... Whoa! This movie's still... It's fucking scary. Like, A Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween, those movies are genuinely still fucking terrifying. And it's not just that... exactly that those movies scare me. It's that the motives behind the serial killers work. The suspense is there. Like... The kills, like, do you remember that scene in Halloween where the girl's boyfriend gets killed and Michael Myers is, like, standing with, like, the bedsheet over him wearing his glasses? That is such an unnerving kill. That is such an unnerving scene. And then, obviously, Nightmare on Elm Street where, you know, Johnny Depp gets pulled in the bed and there's all that blood. Like, what I'm saying is that I get the motive behind Jason or his mom or whatever you want to call it. But the suspense... And as far as scares, and as far as build-up and tension and even acting, it's so poor in comparison to other films. And especially with, like, the iconic, like, title that it's holding up to date, I just don't see it. Overall, I'm going to give Friday the 13th a 2.2 to a 2.3 out of 10. Yeah, I don't like this movie. But in saying that, I will not shit on anybody who does. And there are things that I like about it. Again, I don't think it's an abomination. I just think that it's a definite not good movie.
It's too slow. It insists upon itself.
Yeah, I just didn't fall into whatever the movie was trying to do. It's got some fun somewhere, but there's just nothing about the movie that genuinely held me over, that genuinely made me come back and is generally, in my opinion, memorable. Aside from, you know, the twist ending, which I don't even think was that well crafted. It's just kind of like, hey, you okay? I heard some screaming. By the way, I'm Jason Voorhees' mom. This is what happened to my son. By the way, I'm going to kill you. It's like, what? There's nothing impactful. There's nothing memorable. There's no build-up. There's no... But yes, guys, that is going to do it for our review of Friday the 13th. Obviously, we just did Nightmare on Elm Street, so right after this, we're going to get into watching Freddy vs. Jason. And we have a ton of more reviews coming up, more than the ones I had stated earlier. So this is going to be a great month for this channel, and I look forward to see you guys in more reviews.
My money's on Jason. I know that sounds weird, but somehow I just think he could whoop Freddy Krueger's ass.
I'm sorry, but Freddy can kill people in the conscious and unconscious.
Yeah, but
and he's had a much better movie.
Yeah, but I think Jason's more focused when he comes to killing. I think Freddy likes to have too much fun with his prey.
He had his mom do all the dirty work in the first film. I'm not going to hate on it. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care.